Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us again. In this episode, we kind of catch up a little bit, talk about some current events in comedy, and get into a little bit of the paranormal being it is Halloween. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and check us out on Spotify if you can't watch us. And if you're watching us, and check us out on Spotify.
Oh, get it. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I can't complain over here trying to be like a young person with all this technology. What cameras over here pointing on me? Don't know what I'm doing.
Tell you what, man, technology will make you feel old really quick.
Yeah. But what makes me feel young is because I do my research. But and then I get it. But initially, like, you hear all these beeps? But it's all good. We'll get it.
Yeah. Hey, man, it comes a time. I don't know how many times that I've been doing it for a while, and I couldn't get, for whatever reason, my GoPro Max decided to shit the bed.
Shout out to GoPro Max. We need new ones. I got a Hero 7 over here. Don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So, it's not even like working right now. Like, it says like I need a new battery, but I charged it yesterday, so I don't know what the deal is with that. And then it's talking about my SD card not like working, which is strange.
I don't know. My SD card just has 3 9s at the top of it, and it's green. I don't know what that means.
3 9s? Maybe if you turn it upside down, it's it is almost Halloween, so
I can't make that up. Like, I can't. It's 3 6s. That's fucking weird.
That is fucking weird.
And we're talking about Halloween, so there go your paranormal activity to start right there. Boom.
Yeah, maybe it's this fucking bongo I bought, man. I bought this at a thrift store yesterday.
Is it this from where? Where was it made at?
I don't know, dude. It's it doesn't have made in wherever. I mean, I liked it. It's First Act, so it's kind of a distributor, but I don't know, man. I do feel that energies can be pushed. Like if something traumatic happens, like it could be put into the material, which happens around that. So
there's been a lot of movies to stem from that. So
yeah, and I forgot what it's called. There's an actual scientific term that's called. I forgot what it's called, but it's where the energy is like embedded into the
transferred into it almost.
Yeah, transferred into it. I forgot what it's called.
Oh, we blinking. We working over there. I don't know if it's the right angle, but we'll find out.
That's fine. We'll figure it out afterwards. Yeah, man. So how you been?
Man, I've been maintaining. You know, keeping my head above water, staying out of people's way. Staying out of people's way. And unfortunately, I ain't been able to triple salute you and help me with your couple. What you did, about three more podcasts? 6?
Yeah, I did about. I don't know. I did quite a few of them. I started in the studio sessions kind of stuff, and that's something I've been wanting to do. But Rona, of course, always affected that last year. But yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man? What's new with you?
Nothing much, man. There's stuff that's new with me. I went to two things. The last time we talked was 2 things is I went to Angel Fire, New Mexico, with the Dirt to Every project, and we went out there. We did 3 days of riding. We did. God, what was the first one? Lost Lake, which is a bitch of a climb. It was probably like 7 miles of climbing.
Woo!
Yeah, and but it was worth it because like all of it was worth it because the climb up, it was like really nice. It was really beautiful with the trees, and you're on a mountain, of course, in New Mexico. And then you finally get to the top. You have to work for the beauty, and like we were kind of talking shit because. We didn't know how close we were, but it seemed like forever because it kept like climbing because people kept saying like, I think here's a downhill. And then it would start climbing again. And there was a lot of exposure. We actually had one person, she fell like down the mountain, but like the bike fell on top of her. Like she fell down maybe like, I don't know, 10 or 15 feet, like in an angle. But which actually scared the crap out of my wife and then somebody else because that was their fear was falling off. That was all our fears, but we do like most of us don't really pay attention to it because we're
Yeah.
just like
Falling
focused
off the
on.
cliff, off the side of the cliff.
Yeah, yeah, and so she fell. I mean, she's okay. She got kind of banged up, but they helped her up, and then but once we got to the top, it was like a lake up there, and it was fucking cold as shit. But we all got in, well, most of us got in, and
Y'all skinny dip?
what's up?
Y'all skinny dip up there was like one of those.
No, we were just in our chones, in our chonies.
Chochones.
Yeah, we just took like I had tights on, so I just got in with my tights.
Whew. Yeah, it would have to be brisk, I could imagine.
Oh yeah, dude, I had to do my Wim Hof breathing, man, because when I first got in, I was like, like because your body's going into shock, and I just kind of did my deep breaths real quick, and I adapted pretty quickly.
So,
And
like, I would imagine you warm back up once you start riding again.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, of course, and that's what it is. Like because you're like sweating your ass off going up there, and then once you get up there, it's like you get in. But it was awesome because your muscles are all like like toasted, from climbing and then like the mental fatigue and all that stuff. So when you get in the water, like resets you, and you just kind of feel invigorated. We kind of chilled out there for a while, had some snacks that we took with us. And it was kind of a pain for me because I had the drone on me, like just a little case. So it kept sliding. So I was riding and I kept having to shift it and all that stuff. But I'm glad I took it because I got some good like shots of everything. And there was some videos I need to work on for the program. Anywho, so we did Lost Lake and the way down was badass as well. There was like waterfalls and stuff. And then the next day we did Angel Fire Bike Park, which was a good time as well. And then I didn't get any good video of that because my stupid camera was, you know, fucking looking down at the top tube of the bike. So I didn't get any really good video of that. But then the last day was South Boundary, which was we got shuttled up to the top. I don't know. I think that was like 20 something miles, but that was badass because you go through like four different, I always forget the word, but you go through like four different types of what's the word?
Climate, weather,
No. It's not weather, but it's the
levels.
yeah, it's like levels, but it's like four different types of like forest environments. So you go through like like alpine, and then you go through like desert. You go through. So, anyways, there's like four different ones you go through, and it was real beautiful. We got some like some cool shots of that, and then of course there was exposure there too. The beginning was kind of a pain because it was a lot of climbing, but once we got to the top, and we did the whole thing because there was the options for you could do the whole thing, which was like 20 something, or you could do half of it, which is what a lot of people did. But it was a good time and it was worth it. And like with the place we stayed in was really nice. So shout out to the Dirt Driver Project and all their sponsors for making that event possible. It was a good time. Met a lot of new people. Kai and Karen, we met them. They're the ones I had on the last podcast.
What up, guys? Karen?
Yeah, man, you should meet up with them, man. They're good people. Maybe they're driving through Kansas City or something. I'll let them know, and you can link up with them and show them around the city.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they live out of a RV. They're from California originally.
Okay.
And they just saw the kind of the stuff that was going on with COVID, the lockdowns, and all this stuff. And they were kind of in a place like where they were looking for a house, but then they just kind of saw the writing on the wall, the way the state was going, and the draconian like methods they were doing, and so they just decided to invest their money into an RV. They built up like a trailer, put all it's pretty badass. Like it's like one of those like those I don't know, like a 40-foot trailer. And what it had, like they put a bed in there which folds up. They have a place where they put their bikes where it slides in. They have a whole setup, a kitchen and everything, and they just drive around the United States and just stay wherever, dude. It's pretty fucking sweet, man.
Yeah. Those are aspirations and seeds planted in my head. I'll be thinking about that a lot.
Yeah, Yeah, and there's actually quite a few people. Oh, not quite a few, but there's a lot of people doing it and successfully actually. So they actually build make bike bags out of their trailer. So there's their mobile business, and then
Nice.
Kai's a bike mechanic, so they go to events and they not only sponsor the gifts, but they also sponsor the uh, fix people's bikes and shit there as well. So he said sometimes he just
Oh,
doesn't. Yeah, man. So definitely good people. So they were driving. They had an event in Palestine. They drove through San Antonio. I asked them actually on that Lost Lake. When we're at the top. I asked them. We got to talking. I asked them if they wanted to come on the podcast, talk about their business, and they were, and they drove through, and I got to cook dinner for them. Man, it was a good time, man. Good time, good people.
nice,
Yeah,
nice.
man.
They got to meet Lotus.
Yeah, man. They got to meet Lotus, and Lotus got to meet their dog Klaus. Klaus.
Klaus.
Yeah, that's a cool little dog, man. They had him in a they he like jumps up on top of the bike, like on the top tube, and he puts his paws on the handlebars. It's strange, dude, but I mean,
I've seen a dog ride on a bicycle like that before.
yeah. So, but and he's like a little, I don't know, like a little miniature Australian cattle dog, but he also jumps in a backpack. They made a backpack for him. Yeah, dude, he's a pretty cool little dog. So him and Lotus hung out, and it was a good time. While they were here, they just kind of ran around the backyard and stuff. But where was I going with that? Lost Lake, and then fast forward about a couple weeks after, I went to Bentonville, which was a planned trip with a bunch of the guys that I ride here with in San Antonio.
Mm.
Got up there, super excited. My plan was to do drop the hammer, which is like a 12-foot drop, which is well within my skill range now. Which I mean, some people argue against it after I say this next thing. But yeah, I fucking 7 minutes into the ride, and I, you know, it was a couple of things that went wrong. When I look back on it, I didn't even record it for some reason. Maybe that's why my camera's acting up because I was wearing it when I like went down. But I pushed into one of the berms, and my front tire just washed out. I think it's a combination of the leaves, those little brown leaves are kind of shiny. You know what I'm talking about when they like in the fall, and that, and then I don't think I had any sealant in my front tire. So when I burped it, meaning like all the air comes out, I just fucking went over and landed right on my shoulder awkwardly. And then as soon as I landed, I knew something was something. It felt different. I just felt like a searing kind of pain, but it was nothing. It's not the worst pain I've ever felt, but I mean, it let me know it was there. So I
You going too
just
fast?
no, man, and I'm glad I wasn't. I was probably going like 11, 12 miles an hour, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of right behind Sandy, and I was kind of give her pointers and stuff. And I just on the brim, I just washed out and fucking landed. I actually have a video from one of the guys that was behind me. He was two guys back, and so you could see. So I kind of worked on a small video to put on Instagram. I just haven't fucking done it. But yeah, so I went to the ER that day, which I would have rather been riding, but they said there wasn't a break. But we hung out for the weekend, had a good time either way. Didn't want to really let it ruin our time there, you know. We met up with
Absolutely. It's a whole experience, you know what I'm saying? You get to see people, network, it's all about all that.
yeah, man. So we met with the guys, we had dinner with them, and we went to um, like some of the places they were going. I recorded while they were riding what I could. And then I also have my nurse slash doc with me, Sandy. So she was giving me acupuncture and stuff. And
On the spot.
yeah, man, it helped, man, because I don't take any fucking pain meds or anything. And one night though, I got up that I kind of wish I had them, but I mustered through it, man. It was good. Um, but yeah, man. And then this past week, I've just been chilling, kind of focused on recovery, and Yeah, working on videos and stuff. Trying to catch up with those.
Stay busy. I could imagine. Those will
Yeah,
keep
man.
you busy. You got a lot of archives.
Dude, I have a lot of content that I need to get through, and I need to quit slacking. I also started working on the script for the films for nonprofits.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've been working on it for a while, and I jotted down some more ideas. I've already kind of started asking around, like where, like if I could shoot it some places. Um, just I want to have. I'm thinking about pushing the date a little bit because last year was around March, I think, when I pushed it out, and this year I want to kind of push it out a little bit further because the ideas I got going and stuff and the things that I want to do. I think it's going to take a little bit more. I already kind of started asking some people to help me out
Mm-hmm.
with like filming and stuff. I mean, I even asked some people for like script writing, just to kind of get other people involved and try to, get some more buy-in into it. But things to come on that. But how you been, man? What you been up to, man? I haven't really like talked to you. I know we talked a little bit yesterday, but what you been
Yeah,
up to, man?
man, I've been in the kitchen, palms itching, baking and stuff, man, and head down in culinary school, man. It's still going pretty good. I'm nervous every week, but we still in there doing it.
Yeah, man. So what are the biggest things that you've learned from in the sense of like about yourself or things that you didn't know, like that were going to be challenging for you for a culinary school?
Uh, just sticking to the measurements. Like most times when you cook stuff, or me in the past, I was just, yeah, little this, little that, boom, boom, boom. But like now baking, which I'm unfamiliar with, the measurements have to be exact.
It's a
I was,
science.
yeah, it's chemistry. You feel me? So yeah, like that part. And like sifting flour. I never really knew the effect of or why to sift flour. So yeah, it's a big deal. Big difference.
Yeah, like for baking and stuff. Like baking's not really my thing for that reason because like when I cook, I it's gonna sound strange, but I go off of feeling, like
Exactly.
like I
Exactly.
taste it and I constantly taste and add and take and if I what I mean, just I'm constant. It's like a constant thing, and then I just it's strange too because I'll set the timer, but I mean maybe it's subconsciously like I'm aware of the time and I know when it's gonna go off maybe, but a lot of times I'll stop like turn it off before the timer even goes off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
it's all a feeling, like especially with grilling and stuff like that. And I really, and that's why I really do feel like if you're angry, you shouldn't be cooking because the food's gonna come out like shit. You ever
I've
do
never
that?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, man. Like normally when I'm like angry or like I'm stressed out or whatever, and I cook, at least for me, like the
Mm.
food doesn't come, or if I try to rush it, it doesn't come out as good, in my opinion. Like you
I
could tell.
always, I don't know. Once I start going, like I'm mentally prepared, like from the beginning to the end. Like I know if I'm a cook, I gotta clean up, make sure everything's ready to go, cut everything. So
Right.
it's the whole
I
process.
I really do feel that love is an ingredient. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, cause you gotta care about what you're doing. You feel me? So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do it all willy nilly.
It's like I do feel like love is an ingredient and like kind of like the thing we started talking about earlier with energy, how it transfers into objects when it's like something like traumatic happens or like something violent or something happens or even something positive. We talked about this before in noetics, the study of, our energy affecting inanimate objects, changing the molecules of something, whether it be anger, jealousy, or ice, I think was the project that the Japanese scientists used, where people exhibited that emotion or felt that emotion and focused it on this piece of ice. And when it would turn into, as it was forming into ice, it would consistently turn into like a certain specific pattern that resembled whatever emotion that they were doing. So if you take that concept and put it into food, then yeah, it is a I think
Transfer.
it is something tangible.
I
But
can see
anyway,
that. I can
yeah.
see. Yeah, but other than that, man, and like we were talking about technology at the beginning of the show, I got me a Hero 7 on sale.
Oh
Oh,
shit! You say, hey, we're trying to bring you better content, man. Little by little, man. That shit ain't cheap.
down here. We trying. But yeah, I got a couple good rides, about 40 miles trips, about 4 hours, three and a half, 4 hour rides that I want to get on some good video.
Yeah. So my tip to you is don't record the whole time.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like the highlights of
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of gets a pain because you'll forget and you'll just like record like for an hour and you just forget. But over time, you'll get better at it. But you'll get some good nuggets out of there too.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been picking my pockets. Like I know, like, oh, this is pretty interesting. But then when I'm like, oh, this is just a straight
right.
call. Like I just cut it off. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So speaking of rides and stuff, have you seen any? Like during your rides, like I know I've asked you this before. Have you seen anything like trippy, especially since it's around Halloween?
I mean, I stay where literally like maybe 6 blocks away from where all the haunted houses are in the area. So, I mean, I go down there, even like if I was to go right now, they still got the music going 24 hours a day.
Damn, really? So they're open 24/7?
No, but they still got the loud ass music, like the speakers on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like going, like the eerie, creepy shit. That's still going 24/7.
Are they in a neighborhood or are they like in an industrial area?
In an industrial area.
But I would imagine there's some neighboring neighborhoods and they're probably fucking pissed.
It might be, some neighboring bums that it might bother them sleeping up underneath the bridge. But yeah, like if you go over there right now, it's just screams and horror stuff just going on. Like that's different.
You know what's crazy is that if somebody was getting murdered over there right now, you wouldn't even know. You would just think it's the screams of the.
Yeah, you know what? It's a nice day. I'll show you. I'm gonna record when I go over there because I'm going on a ride today. When I go over there, it's gonna be broad daylight. And you're gonna hear the freaking music and shit, people screaming and right in front of the haunted house.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
So have you gone to any of the haunted houses? Is that your thing?
No, I don't mess with it no more, man. I'm too paranoid. I think in my mind, the way it's wrapped up, sometimes people might want to take it a little too far, or somebody might. So,
yeah,
I don't want to mistakenly hit nobody or
start grabbing your booty or something.
Pinky toe, like those woods. No, those mazes that I don't know if you guys have them down there, but like they have haunted trails and the mazes at night in the forest.
No, they don't. I don't know if that would be cool though if they had like a haunted trail like you could ride your bike on. You know what I mean? And just like.
There you go. You can do that down there. Look at that.
Yeah, man. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, what if you scared the shit out of somebody? They just fall over and hurt themselves.
Yeah, but hey, yeah,
it's all part of the experience.
It's all part of the experience. You got to sign a waiver.
Yeah, sign a waiver. Like maybe like when it's a real scary area, you got to walk your bike or something.
Yeah. Now I did see something that sounded pretty cool. It's like you're on a bus. Like a big monster, they got the bus jacked up, and you're riding around with paintballs and you're shooting zombies. That looked pretty fucking cool.
So you're riding on your bike and you're shooting zombies?
No. You're in this bus. You're like in a big school bus. You're shooting zombies out the window with paintballs.
Oh, okay. And are they like people? Like zombies?
Yeah, they're people. Yeah.
Damn, dude. Imagine that getting shot like.
Yeah, they're just walking around targets, just man.
Crazy. That sounds fun though, I guess. I mean,
yeah. What about you? Are you a haunted house connoisseur?
No, haunted house is like the commercial aspect of like going to and paying. No, I don't. The last haunted house I went to was in UAE. Remember that show when the security forces had a haunted house? Do you remember that?
A lot of drugs and alcohol. I don't remember it. No.
In UAE? Damn. Well, you knew where you were.
Talking about post UAE.
Oh, all right.
After.
Nah, yeah. Security forces had a haunted house that they had, and my suite mate, or not my suite mate, my roommates, they were in it. They were security forces, so they they were one of the, I guess, people scaring. I don't know, what do you call that? Like a scarer. You put that on a resume.
A caricature. I don't know.
Character, the
I
scary
don't know.
guy.
I was a caricature in Madrid at the NATO base for the Spanish. I was dressed up as a big zombie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had my eyeball hanging out. It was pretty cool.
Dang, like your real eyebrow, eyebrow, or yeah, another one.
Eyeball. No, they had like a whole makeup artist team there and everything. It was pretty cool.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What would you say your top two scary movies are?
Top two scary movies. That's a damn good question. So I guess I got. Actually, me and my family were talking about this.
Or series. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I got brought up on scary movies. Like, that's all we watched. That's not all we watched, but a lot of what we watched were like scary movies growing up.
Yeah.
So I got a quite extensive. Like, so when I think of scary movies, there's like they rank, like there's categories of scary movies because there's like the '70s ones where it's like a lot of gore and like yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was just a different type of makeup and stuff, and then in the '80s, it was a lot of more like some, I guess it was still gore in that, but they started kind of transitioning. '90s, it was like more like CGI. That's when CGI started coming in. That I saw in scary movies. But one of my favorite scary movies, and it's because of the transformation scene. And honestly, the wolf scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Was American Werewolf in London. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's about some guys that actually a couple years ago on Instagram, I made like a little short film, a scary movie short film. Like it was about like a bike really that we had, got Sandy or whatever. But I just had fun with it. But one of the sounds that I had on there was from that movie where so there's two backpackers because that was real big in the '80s where rich kids would fucking go. I mean, not for us, but they go backpacking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like in Europe and go find themselves or whatever. So that was the kind of theme of the movie. These two backpackers are hiking somewhere in, I don't know, Wales or something, northern England, and they stop at some bar or some pub, and they're like, and of course, they're the outsiders. They're American. Excuse me. They're American, so everyone looks at them, and then there's all these like weird. I don't want to give the whole movie away, but they pretty much tell them to stay on the path, and they're like, "The fuck are you talking about?" Because they're just going through these, sheep fields in the middle of nowhere, between towns, and they tell them to stay on the path or whatever, and everyone's kind of looking at them. And as soon as they leave, they're like, "Why did you let them go?" or whatever. Anyways, but on their way out there, they get off the path, and then they hear howling in the background, like pretty cool howling. And one of them gets, they get attacked by a werewolf. One of them turns into a werewolf, and one of them gets killed by it. The other one gets mauled, and he wakes up in the hospital. Anyways, but that movie, for me, maybe because I saw it so young, was probably like one of the most influential scary movies where like werewolves. It was kind of like fuck, man. Can you imagine? Like, so it's the age old question. Let me ask you this: Would you have I asked you this before? Would you rather get bitten by? Would you, if you were to be tracked down by something, would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf?
Werewolf.
You would rather be tracked down by a werewolf?
No, I'd rather be turned into a werewolf.
But you would rather be turned into one. So I guess
what do you mean tracked down? What do you mean?
Yeah, like so if you were in a scary movie, or like actually this, if in real life, if werewolves and vampires existed, I mean that's arguable with some people. Which one would you rather be chased down by, a werewolf or a vampire?
I mean,
I obviously neither, but if you had a choice,
are you going to get chain converted over to it?
Yeah, sure. We'll put that as a part of the incentive.
Well, it would have to be a werewolf. It would have to be a werewolf.
Why? I'm just curious why.
Cause I feel like I could do more stuff. I could be out during the day still, but then I could still be out at night as well. You feel me? Like I get to
Yeah,
do both. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like,
got you.
yeah, like I guess you could fly. That's dope. Yeah, but only at nighttime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So how do you kill a werewolf? Like with silver bullet?
yeah, it's supposed to be like silver.
I moved to somewhere where guns are illegal. You feel me? So hey,
Yeah, go to the UK,
yeah.
come after you with a silver knife.
Yeah, and that's why the werewolf was in London, because they ain't got no guns, that many guns over
That's
there.
true. That's why it lasted so long over there. Then there you go. Thanks, smarts, man.
What about you? Which way would you choose?
I would probably. I think if I had to pick the two, I think I'd rather be a werewolf too. Obviously, you made some good points, but I don't know. Like, I like the idea of being able to die. I wouldn't want to be immortal. That'd be like hell. Because
I mean, vampires can die.
can't be well, depending on which like vampire lore you follow, because some of them like they don't die. Like you have to kill the person that made all of them to actually truly die. But yeah, I mean most of the movies they can die. But
Yeah,
do they die? I don't know.
they die.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
But
do werewolves get old and die?
supposedly I don't think they get old. They just stay at whatever age that they're at, and then they just stay werewolves until somebody kills them, or I want to say yeah, if somebody kills them, because they can still turn other people into werewolves too. I believe. I don't know. We might have to get a werewolf. That's kind of hard to say for me. Werewolf expert. I sound like woo woof.
Werewolf connoisseur.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get somebody to fucking watch out the Twilight series. Come help us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody
has more knowledge.
Did you see that? Did you see that series, the Twilight?
I got tricked into.
Yeah, I did too. I mean,
somebody told me, it was like, man, you should watch it, man. They got like vampires and stuff in there. I was like, okay, word. And I started watching it, and I was like, okay, vampires, fairies. Same with True Blood. And I was like, yeah, really ain't my thing.
You saw True Blood?
I did up until like season 4 or 5.
I got into that. You know, like just some of the TDYs you'd go on, like we're in the middle of nowhere, and you get anything. Yeah, you get roped into these different shows, but True Blood was one of them. I remember people talking about it, and I got into that, dude, and that's like before. Well, it's obviously before Game of Thrones, but dude, that's trippy. I didn't expect it to unfold the way it did, and it just got crazier and crazier and fucking fairies and werewolves and everyone's having sex and shit, and it's bananas. And it all happened in fucking like what is it, Louisiana somewhere, like Baton, Louisiana or something.
Baton, I don't know.
Baton, yeah, it was something like that. And I was like, is that Baton Rouge? But it was too small of a town to be Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I didn't finish that either. I haven't been finishing a lot of series that I started, bro. I don't know. I just in the middle of it. Even movies too. Sometimes I'll be watching and I'll be like, nope.
Yeah, I don't. Even lately, like especially that's in the last 10, 12 years. It's rare that I finish anything. Like I'm always getting up and doing stuff. I have to be very engaged. Like while watching it, like we're watching with family or stuff like that. But then I even find myself when I'm watching it, my mind trails off. You know, I'm watching it and I start thinking about this shit. And then I'm just like,
thing I really be locked into, man, is sports.
Yeah. Not even sports for me, man. I kind of wish I was.
NBA start tonight.
Oh yeah, it's Tennessee and
NBA.
Oh, starts. NBA. Like the first game of the season?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so sports for me, like I know we talked about this before I really got into. Well, I was into it really like hardcore, and then just kind of phased out for me. But so scary movies, what are your two? Oh, the other one, I didn't finish answering the question. The other one I probably would say was the most trippy one, and like if my brother still kind of fucks with us and sends us like pictures of it and shit, is The Exorcist.
Exorcist. I don't think I ever really. I haven't seen the old ones. I've seen the newer ones.
Yeah, the old one is like the first one with Linda Blair, I believe is her name.
Was that the Carol Ann? No.
The what?
Was the chick that kept saying Carol Ann, the little small midget?
No, that's a Poltergeist.
Oh,
It's a Stephen King one. That one was interesting. That one was because it was the first time I saw anything was like transdimensional, or where they actually went into another dimension. Like she was in the fucking TV, but that's the only way they were. She wasn't in the TV. She was just they were communicating with her through the TV. And it was just like a static channel, you know, not a static channel, but you know, with no static, and that's how they're communicating with her. And then it was like even the end, it was weird. I kind of wonder like if what Stephen King was on when he fucking wrote that shit.
fucking acid. I don't know.
Hey, he was part of the boomer generation. Where they're what was that? Operation Starlight or MK Ultra, when they were on Ashbury Avenue in San Francisco, and they were. Did you know what I'm talking about?
Not a clue.
So and this is all like been like I don't say uncovered, but declassified and stuff. But was MK Ultra was a project run by the CIA at the time, where they set up shop on Ashbury in San Francisco, where like the hippie movement was, and like like I don't want to say the hippie movement, but during that time, like where everyone was like against the war and things like that. Well, they set up shop there, and they set up a brothel there, and they were luring people in by using, I believe, college students to have like sex with them or whatever. But they were dropping acid in their drinks and like kind of studying like what the effects were of it for like mind control, or like trying to see if they could get people to do what they wanted through acid. There's a whole different like part of that with Charles Manson and all kinds of things, like where he was in jail and then he was released, and a lot of times it was crazy, man. But yeah, if anybody wants to go down that rabbit hole and start like there's a book, maybe I'll put it on here in the description below, but there's a book that the guy gets really into. He did like a 20-year. What's up? What are we looking at? Point?
No, below, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, above or below. As above, so below. That's a pretty good recent film.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of recents, so what'd you say your second one was? I was gonna go somewhere else, but no.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist, and
yeah, that's supposedly based off a true story, but it was a little boy that was possessed, and it's the encounters that which happened with him with the priests and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen, like I said, the latter ones, and then I've seen the spoof of it.
Which one? The Exorcist?
Yeah, what was that? Haunted House, maybe?
You're talking about a scary movie.
Scary movie? Nah, it was Haunted House, I think.
Haunted House.
I think that's the one with Marlon Wayans.
I haven't seen that one. I saw all the scary movies though. Those are pretty damn funny, in my opinion. Those are pretty funny.
The one with Dr. Phil was pretty entertaining.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I think it was Dr. Phil, Shaq. It was all in it.
So, speaking of which, I mean, we're kind of talking about movies. Do you have any personal experiences as far as anything that you like in your travels? You just walked into somewhere and you just kind of felt like just different, or just didn't feel right, like you had to leave or anything like that?
Nothing that sticks out, like as an adult, like where I just like, no. But when I was little, we were going to find some go-kart track in like Western Kansas, and we passed like this church that had like abandoned and been broken and tattered, but it had like blood all on the walls and stuff. So that was that's like an image that stuck for a while. But other than that, no.
Like when you say on the walls, you talking about inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside?
Yeah, you can see it from the little street.
Was there like is it just like random blood splatter, or was it
I don't
like
know if it been writing or something. We didn't stop, but you can see it was definitely blood on the walls.
you see any like symbols or anything like that?
Nah, I didn't try to focus too hard. I was like, oh, what was
Yeah,
that? Can't unsee shit. I look, yeah.
yeah. Like
But
down here, like it's always been like prevalent, like the idea of I don't know, like there's like places around here that are like haunted. Some of them have kind of been debunked, like in San Antonio, like the tracks. I know people probably from around here they listen to this, but like, no, that's just true. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done the research myself, but I saw it's just like an optical illusion. So what the tracks was supposedly is where the supposedly like a long time ago there was some kids on a school bus. There, kids going home, and it got stuck on the tracks, and then a train came and hit it. That's kind of like the theatrical version. And from now, like so now there's you park there, and some people put like baby powder in the back of the car, and then it starts going down because it looks like it's going uphill. So and then afterwards you're done. After you can see like the handprints on the car. Okay, yeah, there's a little bit to that. So one,
who rides around with baby powder?
what's up?
Who rides around with baby powder in the car?
They do it for this event specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but the thing with that is if you didn't wash your car off before, you know, then you're gonna see the handprints because the oil. It's not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the way to do it to like really test it is to, you know, clean your car first and then put their baby powder, and then if there's marks afterwards, and maybe you got something.
Have you did it?
Yeah, I used to do it all the time as a kid, but I never did it where I like wiped it down and stuff. I was a kid. You know, my parents did it. Like they would throw stuff on the back. And
Now there is a trail here in Kansas City. They're called the Quindaro Ruins, and it's a part of the Underground Railroad passage from back in the day.
Yeah,
I've heard some immaculate stories told about you go down there. You're definitely going to hear some different things that might make you want to get out there quicker.
but make sure you take your GoPro with you.
Oh, who said I'm going?
Who said I'm going?
I rode a lot. I haven't rode my bike over there yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just let it go. We'll work with it afterwards to see what we can do with it.
Oh, man. And then my camera just went off, just shut off.
Yeah.
Right when I said that. Oh, look at that. I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It got scared. The camera got scared and shut off.
Oh, what you talking about? Oh, we ain't going over there, buddy. Nah, I rode many places. I was like, that don't even sound really fun to me. You know what I'm saying? Go ride. That would be like riding around through a cemetery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool. I'm cool.
I've seen people not necessarily ride through, but there's some cemeteries that, like in the south side of San Antonio, that people like run through. And
I've seen these kids riding their skateboards through the cemetery the other day.
I don't know. Like the old way I was brought up was like that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Like, shit, I was riding with somebody one time, and we were in traffic and right in front of a cemetery. And I was like, "Hey guys," just said, "What's up to everybody at the cemetery?" Like,
oh no, that I guess is cool, but I don't know. Riding through as long as they're staying off the markers and stuff like that. Yeah, it's okay.
I see some kids just doing tricks, riding around through the cemetery. I was like, "Huh, that's different."
Yeah, that's crazy. But I can see how some people would be offended by that. But at the same time, if you're dead, like one person, like some people could be like, "Well, it's not like you care." But maybe I don't know. They like to see kids on skateboards. You know what I mean? Like they don't get many people around there that are alive, so.
True.
I don't know. I won't know until, you know, that day comes, I guess.
You won't know till you know.
Get off my lawn, motherfuckers.
Making all that noise.
We all know I was trying to sleep here. But so and then there's another place. I mean, I don't know if this is politically correct, but it don't matter. Like it's called like the term is called here, it'll probably get canceled after I say it, is it's called Midget Mansion.
Oh,
And yeah, I don't know. That's what they call it. I've never been there, but I've heard of
small
like,
people paradise.
what's up?
Small people paradise.
Small People Paradise. There you go. And that's supposedly like, this is the stories I heard when I was younger, like from my brother and older, the older kids or whatever, was that if you go and you flash your lights at this house, that like you'll get chased by a truck. I mean, it could be someone's house and they're actually fucking chasing you, like, get off my property kind of thing. But so yeah, that, and there's like something called the aqueducts that supposedly, I haven't been there either. Maybe I should go check that out. Maybe I'll go do that.
I'm not really an antagonist. Like, I'm not gonna say Candyman in the mirror just to see if we come type. I don't know. This is just me though.
Speaking of Candyman, I heard they remade that.
Oh, you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's entertaining.
Candyman. Yeah, man.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining.
I used to. I like the first one was pretty trippy. Like that one was pretty gruesome too, especially with the hook, and he just kind of rips people from the backside. Man.
Yeah, and it's like you don't even really have to see the first Candyman to see this one and enjoy it.
Yeah. And then they kind of took a theme off of like the werewolf vampire thing, because Candyman like eventually turns another person into Candyman, doesn't he?
Does he?
I think so. And the first one, well, the one that I saw, the only one that I know of, other than the new one, at the end of it,
yeah, allergies. I couldn't even.
That don't exist anymore, man. Allergies don't exist anymore.
What does that mean?
It's just Rona. That's what, if you look at the news, it's like I don't hear of any other diseases or anything other than than COVID. That's it. So it's a joke.
Shot, shingles.
Nope, don't exist.
Yeah, it does. I mean, here in a little bit, Price Right's gonna come on. You're gonna hear shingle shots commercials for old people. You're gonna hear about the shingle shot. You're gonna hear about the flu vaccinations. Like,
I know. I was kind of I heard that the other day. Go get your flu shot. And I was like, what? That's the first time I heard anything. Sure. But anyways, you were saying?
Oh, I have never really seen. I've seen it, but I can't really remember Candyman, the first one.
Oh, okay.
But the most recent one, I should say, because I didn't know there was 3 of them.
I didn't know there was 3 of them either.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Because the first one took place in New York. Remember? It was like New York City.
Like in Detroit?
Was it Detroit?
I think the second one, or the one that the most previous one was, I think it was in Detroit.
And then Candyman was in the projects too. Like that's crazy.
Come here, little boy. Yep.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Speaking of which, like, so what did you think of? Like, what do you remember from it? I guess more specifically.
What, the most recent one?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole storyline, it stuck to it. It was for entertainment. Some stuff in my mind I didn't think lined up, but I was like, oh,
yeah,
I can see that.
Did you? I know.
I don't want to give nothing away if you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, I got you. So no spoiler alerts.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys. No.
Yeah, I got you. I'm not that way either. I'll like start to tell somebody about a movie, and then I just get really, really vague about it, which is probably like, I don't know, just because I don't like to overhype stuff, and I don't like to give stuff away.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he turned somebody, and I was like, well, yeah, I guess you could.
Well, I was talking about the very, very first one. If that's a spoiler alert, like that was like in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
hope that wouldn't be a spoiler alert unless you watched the first one. But I guess I see what you're saying now. So maybe we'll. But have you seen anything new lately? Like
I seen the Dave Chappelle special. It was entertaining as well.
What did you think about that?
It was pretty funny. Shit, held my attention. I've only seen it once. I'll probably watch it again and comb through some of the jokes.
Yeah. Sorry, you cut off there. like your cameras. There it goes.
There you go.
So yeah, I saw it too. I actually saw it twice. The first time I saw it was I was doing stuff like we were talking about earlier, and then I saw it again, and I thought it was good. I know a lot of people have lost and it's the whole thing with like PC and cancel culture and all this shit is that like they don't know what comedy is, and they want people want to make other people feel that the way they feel. Does that make sense? Like,
It makes sense, but it shouldn't. Not in comedy.
no, I know that, but I'm saying like that's how they miss the jokes because comedy is, in my opinion, a place where you can talk about the hard issues and you can talk about it in a way where you're free of like the of everything, so people can have a release and laugh at something, and it
Yeah.
helps offset like the boiling point, which is America right now or whatever is going on in the that current society.
Speaking of release,
Uh,
why do you think it took this long for John Gruden's emails to get released?
that I heard about it, but it's because somebody was he must have did something to ruffle somebody. What's that?
They were just sitting on it.
Yeah, and I believe that's the way it is. Like nowadays, and they're taking taking. I guess I'm gonna use this one. They're taking a page out of a playbook that rich people have done for years, where they blackmail people, and that's the thing now, dude. Is they have information on everyone. All these private corporations have been collecting our data for forever, and once you start to ruffle feathers or you just piss the wrong person off, they
You're
release
out
it.
of here. You're out of here.
Yep, you're out of here. And so everyone better get ready because I'm pretty sure everyone's browser history has something that will conflict with today's, you know, perfect standards. And we're all humans. We're all imperfect is the one thing
Don't
we
piss
have.
off the wrong person.
You piss off the wrong person, you're probably gonna have some photos of you on the toilet, while you're on your phone or doing God knows what else. You know what I mean? It's gonna come out, and I don't know. It's just a matter of time, and that's the new thing. That's how they're gonna get people to do what they want. And I say they. I'm not talking about it's whatever because that's pretty much who, unfortunately, runs most of our government now is private corporations through lobbyists, through super PACs and stuff like that. It's an ugly truth, but it's the truth. I mean, whether people want to realize it or not. And it's been that way for a long time.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna give him this huge deal. You know what? He's not gonna get all that money.
Yep.
Because he got like $100 million deal or something. He had contract.
I don't even know. I didn't see it, but
crazy. Yeah, he only did 4 years of it. They was like, nah, we ain't gonna give him all that. He got enough. Get him out of here.
Yeah. It's and it's only a matter of time. Like I said, you piss the wrong person off, they'll just sit on it. They did that to Kevin Hart too.
Yeah,
I mean, they did it to a lot of people, but they did it like during the the Oscars. Was it the Oscars? Yeah. And it wasn't something that was like, and that's what's strange about it. It's like they can pull that card anytime they want. But when I say that is because what he had posted was like 10 years before. And then it was public knowledge. Everyone knew it was there. And then they sat on it. People forgot about it because there's so much shit on the internet.
Yep.
That people have a short-term memory about it, and then they bring it up again, and there's an outrage. You pitch it in the right way to the right audience, and then it catches steam, and then everyone's just like,
What's up? I said, didn't they try to cancel you?
Yeah, then they'll try to cancel you, and this is gonna. If people can understand what I'm saying and get like separate the religious aspect out of it, but and just think of what the Romans used to do, as opposed to like what most people think of what a crucifixion is. it's a modern day crucifixion is what it is. Like they like fucking put you on display, and they just like, you know, let the birds eat away at you, you know, as you're like slowly dying, you know, and then you're like
After they put you on a pedestal.
after yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but that's like that's what I thought about a while back. It's they put you on display. They, you know, like peg you with whatever things you did wrong, whether video or audio or something you wrote. And
They did Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it is a lot of people. So speaking of Bill Cosby, so when you say it, does that mean like you don't think he did it, or you think he did
Oh, he
it?
probably absolutely did it. They just held on to it until it was the time.
I see what you're saying.
Here we go. Wow. You know what? Sit down. Bop. There you go. You thought we forgot? Bop. There you go.
Yeah. So if you think of like, yeah, and so going back to Dave Chappelle, he brings up the Harvey Weinstein thing, you know, the Me Too movement and all that stuff. And I think he like highlighted some good stuff. Is like if the women that came forward, not to say that they weren't victims, but like the ones in Hollywood more specifically, if they were really serious about it, they would have like done more with their platform as opposed to just saying Me Too. You know what I mean? They would have, you know, hired people to better represent them.
I don't know, man. That'll be a hard decision to put yourself into. Like,
how do you mean?
Like you mess up your money. You know that type of money is not guaranteed, and that's especially that's all you've been doing your whole life. Like,
yeah, but when I'm talking about when everyone came forward and said that they were,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about then, because it is hard to do. Like when it's actually, I don't know. I wasn't in that place. I was in that situation, and I don't. Everyone's financial situation is their own, and the people do whatever they do because of whatever reasons, their values. But if that was going on then, and that's just kind of the nature of Hollywood, the beast of it, I can see why a lot of people like just like went along with it because they're trying to, you know, establish themselves as the new it person. Dang, dude.
Woo! That's that breakfast.
So, yeah, I mean, it sucks that like we've lost the ability to laugh at ourselves. Like, and I mean, like in the context of where like we know if somebody is being disrespected and not being disrespected by intentionally being malicious. But if you're doing it in a way where you're kind of like speaking the truth about a subject and you're using comedy to highlight that truth, people just get fixated on the type of words that are used to get there. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know. There wasn't like he was actually swinging for the fences on a lot of it, and I think he's doing the right thing by, especially in today's culture, by kind of just throwing it out there, and then he's like, I'm gonna take a break from this for a while. But he did hit on a lot.
I'm gonna give you guys all of this to mull over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, because you kind of have to, because you have to let the stuff die down, and hopefully this is what I feel that's going to happen. So there's like a pendulum that's always swinging, you know, in every society. And right now it's like the place of like wokeness and, you know, all this, you know, change, and we got to do this, we got to do that because of like, you know, virtue signaling or what have you. And I feel like people are going to have fucking enough of it, of all the bitching and stuff, because a lot of the people that are actually like suffering are getting drowned out by a lot of the bullshit that is being flagged in, because everyone wants to be highlighted as some type of victim. And it takes away from a lot of people that are actually like really suffering, you know? And he also highlighted another thing about towards the end of it, how, you know, what did he say? Something about he's upset because of how far the movement has gone so quickly when, you know, Black people have been suffering for a while. You know what I mean? and they haven't got as much change as quickly as their movement has. But I do feel that is good. It's gonna also hit you in the head pretty soon, because there's a lot of people that are fucking tired of it. Like a lot of people that are tired of not just necessarily, but they're just tired of a lot of people just like wanting people to be canceled because their feelings are hurt and all stuff like that. But
everybody being so sensitive just about words, you feel me? Like,
so that's going to bring a new rise to a lot of people just being like saying the truth, saying how it is, saying, you know, speaking like from like, you know, with their heart on their sleeve, if you will, and like drawing out all the like a lot of the bitches in our culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bitch action.
Yeah, and that's across every gender. I don't care. It's like it's just at some point you got to have a thick enough skin where you're not gonna fucking fall apart over some words. You know, yeah, I understand words hurt, but at the same time, like fucking life will kick you in the nuts over and over. And if you're falling apart over something that someone said,
or the JJ or the vagina,
yeah, like it's gonna yeah, you because I don't know the way things are going. If that's the least, like one day, like hopefully we don't see this, but it will come to a point where, you know, you're gonna wish that somebody was just speaking words to you as opposed to kicking the shit out of you, you know, literally. And I don't know, something has to change. So I feel like that pendulum's gonna swing the other way, where people are just tired of it and just gonna shut them up, like in one way or another, just because there has to be a counterforce to it. And then there's going to be the age of like, right, you know, because you're seeing it with everything on every level is like lack of accountability. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
At every level, especially within Congress, and people lying to Congress, you know, over and over, and and it's pretty much becoming just a shit show. It's been a shit show, but it's even more so. Like now, people don't trust anything they say. You know, the news organizations, like the mainstream ones, like CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and all these different ones, their ratings are really low because they've been caught in so many fucking lies. And
whoever the highest bidder is, that's what they're going to talk about.
Yeah, so there's a lot of platforms on YouTube that are like taking over, like investigative journalists, such as The Hill, such as Rising, such as something in Sagar, but they're pretty much individual, like where they just kind of give you the facts and then they talk about the stories that nobody's talking about, like the stuff in the weeds, and they're pretty. I don't want to say unbiased, but they're pretty unbiased as much as you can be. But my point is that's why people are drowning out, like a lot of and they're starting to lose money. So they're gonna have to either correct it with the truth and start, you know, calling themselves on their shit, or they're gonna go under, and then it's gonna lead the way for a lot of shit journalism too.
Yeah, other different platforms.
Yeah,
on news stations, create our own news station.
Yeah, I don't know about. I'd rather just keep it like this, you know, talk about stuff and just because that would require. I mean, I do my research either way, but I don't want to have to get into like posting things.
Yeah, that would be it. That's a shitload of research.
Especially you have to go down as rabbit holes, and I'd rather kind of keep a high level approach with it, because really and truly, we talked about this before. A lot of those things are symptoms of a bigger problem.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fact.
But anyway, so yeah, I thought I enjoyed it. I mean, there was some like, yeah, I really enjoyed the comedy, and yeah, I can see why some people get upset, but the way he tied it in at the end, if they don't fucking get that, I bet you a lot of people are gonna watch it because it's just like in their tribe. They're just like, I'm not gonna watch that shit, you know. I'm not like they won't even give it a chance, you know, to hear him out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm not giving a chance. Squid Games, I'm not watching that. No.
What games?
Squid Games.
What the hell is Squid Games?
It's something on the interweb, Netflix, TV show, Korean.
It's called Squid Games.
Yeah.
Is that where they're like all oiled up in a suit and they're trying to get to the top?
I have no idea. I saw them in some jumpsuits or something.
Yeah. Do they have helmets on?
I don't know.
Oh, I saw a show in Korea. I think it was Korea.
It's a Korean show. So
Yeah, it was pretty funny. But I don't know if they're squids or not.
This one was like a suspense type of game. I'm not watching.
No, these guys, they were like on a, what do they call them? The moon jumps. Like you have a kids parties. You know, it's like yeah, the bouncy houses.
Yeah.
And it's something like that, but they put like baby oil on it, and there's different people wearing like some type of like bodysuit and a helmet, and their goal is to try to get to the top of whatever, and then they win some type of money. But they're just like constantly like sliding down.
I've seen that.
You seen that?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, so that I would watch.
Like a thriller. This is like people die or something. It's like a TV show series.
You could probably like bet money on that too, because it's so like you don't know who's actually gonna win. That would be fun.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, I would do that too.
Yeah, so like, I do this in a Speedo.
You do in a Speedo?
Yep, I'll oil it up.
Yeah, but if you think about it though, if you do it in a Speedo, and then you slide down on your chest, your nips probably get rubbed raw.
I'll tuck and roll. I slide.
Tuck and roll?
Slide and roll. I'll slide. Yeah.
Might rip a nipple off. That would suck.
I like my areolas.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna be nice and flat once you're done.
They're looking like a pepperoni.
So what do you got anything going on for Halloween? You gonna dress up?
I'm not sure. I got a pirate shirt that I wore at a Renaissance festival a couple weeks ago. So I already got my costume. So
pirate. Yeah.
Do
you have a sword? Is it like
in my pants?
Like, is it like Johnny Depp kind of pirate?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's just a little. It's a white shirt.
Do you have a hat?
Nah, I wore a beanie.
There you go.
I wore a beanie and some blacked out sunglasses and the pirate shirt, and just tied the sash around my black cargo pants. Put some boots on.
There you go.
Too cool.
Nice. Yeah.
You gonna dress up? What you got up?
I don't even know, man. I know one year. The last time I dressed up was at my last base, and I had a utility, like the coveralls, like the blue coveralls in the military. I wore my boots, and I wore pretty fucked up mask. It wasn't fucked up, but it looks pretty. It looks like the Crypt Keeper, and I was just walking around and not talking at all and scaring the shit out of kids, but just not intent. Like I wasn't like It was just like I would just stand there, and they wouldn't know if I was like okay, that's a lie. So I would just stand there, and they would for a while, and then they would think I was like a lawn ornament or something, and as soon as they got close, I would just jerk a little bit, and they'd fucking take off running. So, but yeah, and then one I screamed, but it wasn't our friend's kid. I felt like an asshole. He started crying. But
that's a good one. He learned.
Yeah. He learned. But I don't know what I'm gonna be this year though. If I'm gonna dress up, I probably will. I should be a broke ass fucking guy, or you know what I mean.
Make sure you got your sling on.
Yeah, I should be good by then.
How much longer you got to wear it? Or are you supposed to wear it?
I guess 4 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I still got like movement and stuff. Like because there's another thing that's associated with it. It's called like frozen shoulder. If you don't like move your all your ligaments and stuff would just like lock up,
tighten up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, man. So as far as Halloween, I don't think I'm gonna. We'll probably go do something for that and stuff. But yeah, are you gonna like hand out candy and stuff?
Nah, ain't nobody coming to these steps. They might get snapped by these dogs out here. No.
Trick or treat for the dogs.
Yeah, we ain't that friendly.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know
get
what I'm
you.
gonna do, Candy.
Might hand out some joints.
Yeah, those kids would be coughing all the way down the street.
Yeah, I got a rock band that's across the street, so they could enjoy it the same night that they be rehearsing.
Nice.
That's all they do. I ain't mad at them.
I'm not either. I don't even know them.
See what you got up for the day though.
Today I'm just gonna do some more video editing. I gotta take my my vehicle in, my old vehicle.
Oh shit!
Older vehicles. What's up?
Fuck.
You gotta go.
I was supposed to do that. What you're saying? I was supposed to get my damn speakers looked at. I forgot what time my appointment was.
Well, we'll wrap this up either way. I got stuff to do also. So I know you got stuff, but I think we got some. Well, so thanks for hey man, it was good talking to you. It was good having you on. And once we can get that thing situated with the mics and like the recorder thing, I got to get to actually have this and then have people in here. I'll get that squared away. It's just going to cost some money. Yeah, man, like just one of those things by itself is like almost $4 just to plug in the mics. And that's not even with the headphones and the mics and stuff, because you need different mics. This is USB. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But thinking about trying some different things for this channel to try to raise money for it and just kind of put it back into the podcast. So still mulling that over. It's just a strange place to try to ask people for stuff. But at the same time, I'm not trying to make any money off of this. I'm just going to throw anything I get up, just going to throw it back into the podcast and just trying to bring a better product to try to raise awareness for a lot of these things that we're talking about and have a good time at the same time. So, hey, man, it's good having you on again. It's good catching up with you. So just click the subscribe button below if you like this podcast. Or share with a friend. We're also on Spotify. We're on Spotify, Deezer, Pandora, Alexa, all these different ones. So if you don't have time to watch the whole video, so check us out on there. Just search CrashnChugg. We have some more podcasts coming out. It's just trying to link up with people and trying to get on their schedules and not get bumped off because of priorities of life. So thanks again for listening and watching. Chugg, you got anything?
Y'all stay tuned, man. Best is yet to come. Appreciate you, brother. All
right, man. We'll take it easy, man. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching or listening. Coming up next, I got a bonus track from Spitwell. It's Midlife Crisis Chevrolet. So check them out. Go to Push.Audio and see the good things they're doing over there with the music they're putting out. All right, thanks.
Cruising in my Chevy. It goes without saying that this relationship thing it's not checkers, it's chess. Feel me? Yo, finders keepers, hiders and seekers. Miss them once they missing admissions of non-believers. Readily at your begging for your affection. Fading ever since the crowd showered y'all with Condoleezza. She's a step from the doorstep, feeling more stressed than ever before. Little sex, no more. So the silence cuts to the core like an apple slice. White beaches and blue water, but far from paradise. Outside in, vision distorted. Most watched reality show if it was recorded, cause the drama thick and folks love dirty laundry. Word to Don Henley, Armani or Abercrombie. We the freshest zombies ever. Sober almost never. Sorta feel like a different life altogether. Overindulging it. Turn good times to memories we'd rather forget. Apologies and regret. Hope you haven't driven them too far, fighting to get it back after gifts and a new car. Cause you wanted to act single dude with a few broads. Over a disagreement, she ain't choose her words careful enough. You took the meaning you wanted and ran with it. Alcohol, hot tub, distance uninhibited. Week or so later, reality shouldn't have did it. Trying to make it water under bridge instantly, but shorty like, wait a minute.
Damn baby, how you do it like that? Cruising down the freeway, we ain't even looking back. You know how to act, I know just how you feel. Once I can afford it, all buy you expensive meals. We can stop at your place, you can change into those heels. Hold me down, hold you down, this is something real. Love the way you want me. Chevrolet. Cruising in my Chevrolet, Chevrolet. Cruising in my Chevrolet. Cruising in my Chevy, in my Chevrolet.
Man, I took me out of the house. Tell my mom for a little bit. Man, it's 'cause it's like I never think what you say and do is two different things. Gave that chick that hard and ring, and all she did was make it seem I can't you listen. Got me sitting wishing that my world turned upside down so you'd fall off that shit. But then you made me smile, unlock my door. When I'm walking to the other side, mama told me don't let her go. And now I find us on that cliff, you hanging off, I barely grip. I start to feel my fingers slip. You gotta try if you wanna live, but I feel nothing. You just staring at me. Inside I feel my heart is broke, but see inside you can't help laughing. Damn, I can't help not to cry. Times we had those Christmases, the movie nights and dinners mixed with when you say I don't give a shit. I can't bear it, so I make you sick. You'll be feeling better now, because this is it. This is it. Shit, I quit. Wish it could've ended better, maybe, but baby, I'm slipped.
Damn, baby, how you do it like that? Cruising down the freeway, we ain't even looking back. You know how to act, I know just how you feel. Once I can afford it, I'll buy you expensive meals. We can stop at your place, you can change into those heels. Hold me down, hold you down, this is something real. Love the way you hold me down, can't believe you're real. Hold me down, can't believe you're real. Cruising in my Chevrolet, cruising in my Chevrolet, cruising in my Chevrolet, Chevrolet, cruising in my Chevrolet, cruising in my Chevy, in my Chevrolet.